cinematic we're going to be watching today. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch the cinematic. I'm not going to talk during it so you can hear everything that's going on, and then we'll discuss it and I'll give my reaction to it and everything like that. Go.
Thank you. Bane would have died without your aid.
I couldn't let that happen.
Nor could I. I refuse to fail him. Like I failed his father. I wish I could change it all. Karen. Garrosh. Theramore. Sometimes it feels like I did everything wrong.
We all have blood on our hands.
And now, Sylvanas will come. Thunder Bluff will burn. Just like Teldrassil.
Once before, you and I stood side by side on the slopes of Mount Hyjal. That world tree did not fall, because the Horde and the Alliance worked together.
Horde, Alliance. We've come to this crossroad again and again, Jaina. It always falls apart. What's different this time?
We are. I should go. Anduin will want to know that Bane is safe.
Tell your king he is not alone.
All right, that was awesome. I have to always say their cinematics are great. I like their cinematics. I always think the art team, cinematic team, does a great job. Just good. So what they're showing here is, that we're going to be at the Crossroads. We're going to be working together again. I haven't played much 8.2. I haven't played much BFA because I haven't played 8.2 at all, actually. Because I can't get into it anymore. We'll get to that in a minute. But so the Horde and Alliance are going to be working together again, which is great. I never really cared much for the faction war. I wasn't a faction war person. I always liked it that we got to work together. We got to do things together, like in Wrath of Lich King. We're all in Dalaran. We got to see everybody together. I thought that was awesome. You got to see the other faction because I played Alliance back then. You got to see the Horde faction. Then every time we split up, we go back to the faction war again, which I don't care for, but some people do, and that's perfectly fine. Of course, Sylvanas is going to be coming for them. It seems like they're making Sylvanas into, Garrosh, 2.0. Gotta hope not, but she seems to be the bad villain. She's always been that way, which I don't mind. I play Forsaken when I play the Horde side. I like the Forsaken characters, but I think they're doing the same storyline again. But so far in BFA, from what I have played of it and what I have seen, is they have so many twists and turns in the storyline. So she wouldn't surprise me if she's being controlled by Enzoth. It really would not. She's trying to keep from dying. She's trying to keep from everything that is seen jumped off, Ice Crown Citadel and imperiled herself. Could be controlled. She could not be. We don't know. We'll never have to see. Brawl and Jaina are different. And if you watch the other cinematic, the last one where Sarfang finds Thrall, then he says, "Hey, where's your family?" Well, they're close by, but you don't see the family. You would think you would see his kids or something playing, or something would be going on, you know, but you don't. I've seen some people say, well, Thrall and Jaina are going to get together and they're going to have, they're going to be together. Which it could happen. You never know. I doubt it, but it could happen. I mean, look, Garona half orcan. She was half orcan, so apparently some orc, boned some human at some point. I haven't caught up on that much of a lore for that standpoint to see what the story for that is, but so I mean that's what I feel about the cinematic. Again, I think it's great. It sounds great. It sounds like they're moving the game into a new direction. I've seen some theories. I think Barry Lair said something about on his video about it looks like they're may not be Horde or Alliance anymore. It may be just one faction, and then that could be true. Again, that wouldn't bother me. I'm up for the faction war. I don't like the faction war. I never have. Again, however, look at the vanilla. Argent Dawn. You had undead, guys in the Argent Dawn, Forsaken guys in the Argent Dawn, Forsaken characters, right? They were working with them, and they said, well, the Forsaken can't be close to the light. Well, apparently they figured it out somehow. In all aspects, you see all these neutral factions, all these factions that Horde and Alliance are together. So why are we separate? So I don't know about you. I normally don't watch cinematics when I'm playing the game because it's a spoiler. It spoils the game for me. I want to get to that. But the reason I watch this cinematic is because I don't play BFA. I stopped playing BFA for a while because to me it's just not fun anymore. And it's not that I don't love WoW. I absolutely love WoW. WoW is I keep trying to play BFA. I try to get on and do things with I try to get on a character and I just don't enjoy it. All the characters are not fun. They seem the same. All the characters seem the same. I don't care if I'm playing a hunter, a warlock, you know, a mage. Yeah, they play a little differently, but they just feel bland. I don't feel like I'm playing a hunter. I don't feel like I'm playing a mage. I don't feel like I'm playing a DK. Excuse me, a DK. I know I'm a DK. I know I'm a hunter. I know I'm whatever class I'm playing or a shaman. I just don't. I really don't feel like it. I've never said my piece or anything. You won't see me on the WoW forums. You won't see me. I'm a new streamer, so no one knows who I am yet. But this is the first time I've ever talked about this or anything of that nature. But I've played World of Warcraft since vanilla, late 2005, when I started WoW. I don't know when everybody else started, but I'm not the only one. But what I want is for the game to succeed. I don't want the game to fail. I really do not want the game to fail. I'm super hyped about Classic, and I'm super hyped about Classic not for the nostalgia. Yeah, the nostalgia will be there, but nostalgia is not going to drive Classic. What's really going to drive Classic is, the grouping, the MMORPG experience, which is what Classic was. That's what I'm after. There were things in Classic that sucked. The weapon skills. I didn't like weapon skills in Classic. I didn't like weapon skills in Classic because I thought if I'm in a raid or I'm in a dungeon and I'm a hunter and this new gun drops and I'm using a bow, and because my bow skill, or excuse me, my gun skill is not high enough, now I can't use it, so I can't help my group do damage to complete the dungeon or the raid, whatever we happen to be doing. That's what that's why I don't like weapon skills. I didn't like the idea that it takes an hour to send mail. Excuse me, I didn't like that at all. I thought that was dumb. So we got some good changes that we needed, but some of the changes, like everybody else has saw it, look good on paper or thought they were awesome till we got them. Like flying. Flying is fine. A lot of people don't like flying. I'm kind of on the fence about it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But sometimes it makes the game world feel like there's nobody in it because everybody's in the air and you don't ever see anybody. That's what's great about Classic. That's what I miss about World of Warcraft. I'm still subscribed to Battle for Azeroth. I still try to jump on and play, and every time I do, I just cannot. I try because I want to play the game. After I met my now wife when she was my fiance, I got her into WoW. She started into Mists of Pandaria, but that's fine. She super enjoyed it. She even stopped playing. And I don't have the classic beta, and that's fine too. I would love the classic beta. That would be absolutely awesome. But I know I'll get to play it on August 27th. And what I'm really after is just again the MMORPG experience. Right now, if I play WoW, I can run by somebody that's killing a mob, and I will start helping them kill that mob. But they don't know that I'm helping them because of the tagging system. They think I'm just trying to kill the mob anyway and get loot from it. I do that just from the vanilla days. That's what I used to do. Is help people because that person would come back later and then help you. Right? And that's my point. Now it's a single player game. I've tried playing a balance through it right now, and I can go through and not talk to anyone. I've seen people. I've tried to help them. They don't talk to me. I don't talk to them. I've tried talking to people. I may say hi or thank you, but that's it. Then they run off. No one says anything anymore. And that's what a lot of people that I've seen on the YouTubers and all that are people that are on Twitch, Asmongold and Tips Out and everybody that's saying that is showing the beta. That's what everybody's doing. That's why it's so fun. And to me, it was always the journey, not just the end game. End game needs to be good. That's fine. But there's got to be a balance there. There has to be some kind of a balance for the two. Have to have a good journey. If the journey's boring like it is now, no one cares. So these devs and these people that worked at Blizzard and the people that used to work there and don't work there anymore, that pour their heart and soul into making these great areas of Elwyn Forest and Tristfall Glades and everything. They made all these great areas and these great new expansions, and no one explores them. They run through them as fast as they can because they're trying to get to 120 because it doesn't matter. And it doesn't feel rewarding. It really does not feel rewarding. I remember when I got my first epic in vanilla, the Solthage the Lasher. You got it from Zul'Farrak, and I happened to be in a group, and one piece dropped from the Basilisk boss, and the other piece dropped from the end boss. And the first piece dropped, and I rolled and got it. And then we went through the dungeon together. We had to work together. That's another thing. You had to work together to complete the dungeons. We got to the end, and we got the boss down, which was a great feeling. It was a feeling of accomplishment. And the other piece dropped. And the group that I was with was so awesome. They gave me the other piece, and I molded them together. And it's been a long time. I don't remember if it's a quest line or what you have to do. But you put the pieces together, and you have Solthage the Lasher. And I went to Stormwind and Ironforge, and I just stood there for hours, just so people could see it. For one, I think it's the neatest looking sword because, yeah, it's kind of bland, but it has these green little bubbles or globules or whatever you want to call them that circle it. That's just a neat. Nothing else has that. But I was so happy that I got it because it was epic, and epic wasn't epic. I mean, that's how I felt. I still have it today on my original WoW Paladin that I created in vanilla. Now, the Paladin has changed names and changed races, but it's still the same character. It's still in that bank. I've never deleted that character. I've played this game again for a long time. I'm not some huge raider or anything like that, but I've still played the game. I still have a good input, like other people. I just want to see it return to its former glory. At WoW's height, it had 12 million people roughly playing. 12 million. Now, 12 million people has to tell Blizzard something. Has to tell people something. 12 million people worldwide. Apparently, you're doing something correctly. You're not doing something wrong. And then all of a sudden, it just strayed from that. And I'm not sure why. Again, a lot of the new quality of life changes we have, some of them are good. Some of them are fine. The graphics, I hear people talking about graphics for vanilla. Don't change the graphics. To me, the graphics, and this is my personal opinion, again, the graphics are not game breaking. They're not going to break my vanilla experience. Because I'm not there for the lag. I'm not there for the, atrocious graphics. I'm there for the MMORPG aspect and the playing with groups. Groups matter, and that gears matter, and that each level matters. You're excited to go to this place and do it, and that place do this and get that level. That green drops, or that piece of armor drops. I mean, look at Nixon's video when he was in Ragefire Chasm, and the gray shoulders drop. Even though it wasn't a green, it was just shoulders. It was extra armor for your character. It just feels good. You're so excited to get that, and a lot of that equipment you will use, for several levels, and get with groups. We have the group finder now, which I don't mind. I don't mind the group finder because I know in Wrath when I played it, it was on the same server that you had. You grouped with people from that server, and all it did was make you form the group, help you form the group. It didn't do the teleport you to, at the beginning it didn't teleport you to the dungeon. You still had to locate the dungeon, you still had to go together, you still had to work together, you still had to CC. As the end of Wrath, you could start really zerging the dungeons. They kind of started doing that. But, in the older days of WoW, it took an hour or longer to find a tank, or to find more DPS, or to find a healer for whatever dungeon you wanted to run. And WoW has had a dungeon finder in it since the beginning. The Meeting Stone was a type of dungeon finder. Other people have showed videos of this. Except the only thing it did was it queued 5 random people up. And, so you would have to say, oh, well, we have too many DPS. So we got to drop a DPS and now we need a tank and a healer. Or, we have 2 tanks. Well, no, we now we need a healer. We don't have or vice versa. It just queued 5 random people up, and then finally they changed it to where you could actually summon people there. So some of these systems I think are nice. I don't think it should send you straight to the dungeon. I think you still have to find the dungeon. There was an issue in Cataclysm when it started sending you straight to the dungeon, to where people would die and they had no idea how to run back to the dungeon, because you still had to run back to the dungeon, but they didn't know how to get there. So eventually it finally got changed. And I think a lot of us, especially me, some of the changes were like, hey, this is awesome. Hey, that's awesome. And then as the time has gone on, we're like, well, this is actually not so awesome. This is what it has done to the game, or has not done to the game. So what I really hope for WoW moving forward is, I know they're coming up with the level squish, which I think is needed. 120 levels, I think is just too much. You're not going to really be able to have the journey experience to 120 levels, because that's a lot. I mean, if you had vanilla leveling to 120 levels, could you imagine how long that would absolutely take? No one would do that. That would be crazy. Because the slowness in vanilla was about the journey, not the level. Yes, you want to get to max level. So that I think that level squish that's coming, I think is awesome. I think after BFA, it's gonna be a great time for WoW Blizzard to kind of almost reboot it, like a WoW 2, but maybe not a WoW 2, but continue story. But bring the level squish on. Bring stuff back from Classic. Some people want to see the BFA Classic servers. They want to see the Burning Crusade Classic servers. I really don't want to see that. What I want to see for the WoW to continue to move on. I want them to take what everybody's showing from Classic and apply it to the new game. And yes, that's not going to be for everybody. But there's not a game ever been made, ever, since Nintendo or the Commodore or Pong. No one likes every single game that's made. You cannot produce a game that is perfect for everybody. It's impossible. You can't do that. You just cannot do that. There's not, this game is made like Pokemon. Lots of people like Pokemon. I don't like Pokemon. And that's fine. But that's for that audience. World of Warcraft, when it was at 12 million viewers or 12 million subscribers worldwide, was for that audience. But that's a massive ton of subscribers. A massive ton of subscribers. I absolutely love this game. What I would love to see is them to take stuff that everybody's loving from Classic and apply it to the new WoW moving forward. So we can have the MMORPG that we all love. WoW is the only game that I have ever played so many years and just kept playing. When I started playing World of Warcraft, I stopped playing other games. I used to jump around from game. I just played just WoW because I couldn't get enough of it. That's why they used to call it World of Warcraft. It really is. It truly, truly is. And Blizzard, if you're watching this or if you happen to see this, I'm going to upload this to YouTube for everybody to see. This is not a rant against you. This is what I feel about the game, how strongly and passionate I am about the game, just like so many of us that are playing. And I know that you can make a great game. I know you can. I've been there for it. From vanilla all the way through now. Been there for Wrath, which is my favorite, absolute favorite expansion. But I like vanilla. I like the Burning Crusade. No one really cared for Warlords or Draenor. That had issues. BFA has issues. Please see what Classic is going to do. Take those items and please move it forward. I don't want this game to die. And I know no king rules forever, but so far it's been going pretty strong and we can rebuild it. That is just my points and my thoughts.